And welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Cornelia. If you are new here, I am an entrepreneur, lifestyle vlogger based out of Canada. I create videos on living the life of an entrepreneur, building a small candle business, being an actor and a producer, and just living my best life. That's always the goal. So a lot of my videos are about my different income streams and just kind of building out that dream entrepreneurial life that I want to live. And so I've got a lot of questions from people of like, okay, so what do you do to make money? And how do you make money doing the things that you do? And I always tell people that I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 35. So you know what? I was like, I'm going to make a video on this. Funny enough, I actually see a lot of thumbnails on YouTube about like 7 income streams and how to become a millionaire and building out your assets and all of that. Like, I love that kind of content. And it's been a journey of mine over the last like 4 years to build out that dream life and have multiple income streams so that I can live the life that I always wanted for myself. And so I was like, okay, this week I'm gonna make a video breaking down my different income streams. I'm gonna go through each one, how much money, I probably won't tell you the exact amount of money I make from each one, but I'll give you like a ballpark. And then how I plan to become a millionaire by 35. And when I say a millionaire by 35, I don't mean like liquid cash. I mean like with assets and building out businesses. And when I say that, please do not take it the wrong way of like coming from a place of privilege or being like delusional. Honestly, I do not come from money. I was not handed anything in life. I literally was raised by a single parent, and I've worked hard for everything that I've accomplished in life. I put myself through university. I've definitely, I mean, obviously I've had amazing support from parents and friends in my community. I'm not saying that, but I'm definitely not a trust fund kid is what I'm trying to say. And I do work very hard for what I have in life. People always assume, you know, because I've traveled a lot and done things that I get money all the time, but no, I don't. I just work really hard. So I am proud to say that I am working to become a millionaire, and we'll see. I mean, I follow a few YouTubers who are millionaires in terms of their assets, and they've worked really hard, and some of them have done it by the time they were like 28. So I'm definitely not 28 anymore, but I am working to build out my 7 streams of income, and I'm going to tell you all about them and my action plan in today's video. All right, let's dive right in. So first things first, I'm going to break down my 7 different income streams. You know, a couple years ago, I heard a stat that was like most millionaires have 7 streams of income. So ever since that time, I've been like determined to make 7 streams of income. And so they might be more simple than you think. So, and I will do them in order of like how much money they bring in. The first one being producing. Obviously that is, I was freelance producing for a little while there. So my original, like last year, I was working at an advertising agency as a creative strategist and project manager. So like whatever my full-time job is obviously like the biggest income generator. Now I am solely just producing, which is fantastic. I'm super excited about it. So that would be number 1. The second one would obviously be real estate. I do rent out a portion of a home that I have with my partner in British Columbia. So that is not money that I pocket, but it's an investment, which down the line is obviously going to get us to a greater place in life where we're able to purchase like another home or sell it, for example. So obviously a home is an asset, and so that is like a big chunk of the pie. So I'm very thankful for that. Then the third one is my UGC/CGC creator. There's different terms for it. So UGC stands for user generated content. CGC stands for creator generated content. Sorry, there's a cat here. I like to call it creator generated content just because I am a creator. I'm not just a user of a product. I'm an actor. So videos that I make for brands where my name isn't on it, but it's my face. So that would be like the next piece of the pie. Then my next one would be my candle business, North Star Candle Co. I did have a pretty good second year in business, but I will say the downside with candles is that you spend a lot to make the product. And so my profit is not amazing, but it is, you know, a little piece of the pie. Editing Cornelia here. I recognize that in my pie chart, North Star comes up as like my second or third biggest income stream. Now, the reason why I didn't talk about it earlier in the video is because, like I said, the revenue is pretty high, but the profit is not, due to the amount of expenses that I need to buy in order to run the business. So that is why I've kind of put it later in the video, just because it really is not as big of a number as you would think when you are breaking up your income by revenue. I will do a video in the future of my revenue versus my profit because it really makes a huge difference. The next one would be the stock market and investments. Now, this is something that I've been wanting to get into for years. I finally took the plunge this past year and started investing with Wealthsimple. I do have a referral code down below, which I will link. Wealthsimple is great because you can learn how to invest and it's not daunting. I thought for years I had to have this big chunk of money to be able to invest, but it turns out you can start small. So I actually started investing in ETFs through Wealthsimple, and I'm already watching my money grow, which is pretty exciting. Number 6 would be my work as an actor. Now, this does not pay much because I do a lot of auditions and only land, 1 to 2 a year. I mean, I just got my agent like 10 months ago, so that's just the nature of the business, especially in Canada. Obviously, the opportunities are not as great, but actor income would be the next piece. And then the last piece, which is number 7 currently, but ideally I want to bring this up to like being my number 1 or at least number 2, is my work as a content creator. So running a blog and running a YouTube channel. Once those platforms get monetized, the opportunities are endless. And I just think it takes a lot of time. And right now, no, it's not paying, but both of those platforms are under the Google structure. So once you're able to get monetized for Google AdSense and ads on your blog, you have an opportunity to make a lot of money. So I'd say that's the biggest difference with me and like a lot of other creators out there. A lot of creators that are talking about their 7 income streams have already started generating revenue from their blog and their YouTube channel. I'm in the middle of that journey. And so it's a continuous process, but if I make this video again in a year from now, we're gonna say that YouTube and the blog are closer to the top because they're bringing in more money. So yeah, those are my 7 income streams. So when I say to people I want to become a millionaire by 35, I don't necessarily mean in my bank account just cash. I mean all of it combined. So assets with real estate, assets with the stock market, obviously savings, other type of investments like an RRSP, paying off my vehicle is a goal of mine. So we're in 2025 now. I'll be 35 in 2 years, which is kind of terrifying. I just turned 33. 32 still felt like really young and like young 30s, but now I'm like, oh, 33, like you're getting up to your mid 30s. But anyways, incentive for the next 2 years to just continue to keep working my butt off to hit that point. I have dealt with a lot of financial setbacks, I would say, over the last 5 years, and I won't go too much into it, but honestly, just between the pandemic in 2020, being laid off for a few months because of, we weren't working at the time because of the pandemic. Then a year after that, I decided to move across the country. So of course, like selling so many of my belongings, packing up my suitcase and moving out west, and then renting a couple different places once I got here, and obviously having to find a new job and take a bit of a step back career-wise when it came to pay. That was another huge thing. And then obviously buying a house like costs a lot of money, and there's a lot of fees when it comes to lawyers and taxes, and then you're paying like even more in your bills once you become a homeowner. So I had this thought this weekend where I was like, oh my God, it's been 4 years since I moved here, 5 years since the pandemic hit. And I feel like it's just been such a roller coaster financially. In full transparency, there's been rough months, there've been great months, there's been debt, there's been paying off debt, there's been just a lot of ups and downs. And so I feel like now I'm at a place in my career where I'm happy, I'm like loving what I'm doing, I'm back in that world of production and film, and I'm like really happy with where I'm at. So it definitely, like to say in 2 years, I want to be a millionaire in assets, like I know that's a huge dream and I know that's like a long shot, but I'm on the right track, having opened up investments and having, built out these businesses, having put money into building out these businesses, like that is not easy. So now I feel like I've done a lot of the hard legwork, and now I just imagine things kind of going like this, which I'm excited about. And I feel really happy and just like, great about where I'm at. So yeah. And then my why, if you're wondering, like, who cares? Why do you want that? So my why, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be a millionaire. Like literally when I was a kid, I wanted to be a famous movie star and live in Hollywood. And I thought I would be a millionaire a lot sooner. Obviously, I am an optimist, and as a child, I dreamt of the world. I still am an optimist. I still dream very big, but I'm a little bit more of a realist now. So for me, it's about financial security. I don't need to buy a mansion. I don't need a huge yacht. Like that's not what I'm looking for here. I don't even want crazy vehicles. Like honestly, I just want to be able to live comfortably, not be stressed about money, set myself up for retirement. Not that I even really think about retiring because I genuinely just love working, but I don't want to be stressed. I've lived paycheck to paycheck and I don't like that feeling. I want to be able to like have a family and go on vacations. And I think it's really just about comfort. Like I just would like to be able to treat myself to a facial once every like 6 weeks and not be stressed about it. Or I'd like to, continue developing out my real estate portfolio. I would like to have a boat one day. Like things that obviously are privilege and I would be so grateful to have, but they're nothing crazy, right? So that's where my why stems from. I really just hate the stress that money can bring, and I would love to be able to just let go of that and also to be able to help people, like give back to my community. And I think there's so many ways you can give back that aren't money, obviously, but to have time and freedom to be able to give back to your community is huge. And I think success isn't all about just money. Obviously, it's really about freedom, about time, about building out your dream schedule, doing what you want to do when you want to do it. To me, that is success. Living a healthy, happy life with people you love and great friends and being active. Like those are all things that I want in my life. And I think money is a support to all of those things. So that's why I build out the life that I do. That is why I work on so many different projects. And I think building out income streams is just a great way to diversify and, just because sometimes, like maybe in 10 years, YouTube won't be a thing, but at least I have those other income streams if this is no longer a thing. I mean, I hope it is. Hopefully AI doesn't take all of our jobs, but that's kind of where I'm at. That's my why. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to continue this conversation. If there's more things you want to learn about being an entrepreneur, or even when it comes to like taxes or how I track my money, let me know. I can do more videos like that. But yeah, that sums up today's video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.